Welcome to the inventory training video. On this inventory training video, we are going to talk about how to enter your classroom inventory. So the first thing that you'll need to do is you'll need to go to the hcsinventory.com website. And again, that's https://www.hcsinventory.com. The next thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to select the school that your room and inventory is associated with. So for this demonstration, we are going to select Moorfield High School. So you'll be brought to the guest area here, and at this guest area you will enter the passcode that you were issued by your administrator. Left click the blue Go button and the school and classroom list will load for you to be able to enter your inventory for the end of the year. You'll want to confirm at the top that the school that you selected from the first page is the correct school showing here. And from the list of available room numbers, you will want to select your classroom number. For this demonstration, we are going to click on room 224. Left click one time, and the current inventory for said classroom will load, and you can scroll down to the bottom of the page to see additional items. Your inventory in your room should include all items in your closets, cabinets, storage areas that are accessible by the classroom, your tool rooms, etc. You should not inventory any consumables like your paper, pens, pencils, ink. Only inventory equipment, tools, technology, movable fixtures, and furniture. So if you take a look at this item down here, if you click on the arc welder, the Lincoln arc welder is the description, the item name is the welder, the quantity that you have, the manufacturer, the model number and serial number if they're available, the date purchased, price, the item. Now if you click on this item here, it will load up at the top, or if I select a different item from the list below, it will load at the top, so that way you can make edits as needed. If you have purchased some additional items here, you can increase the quantity here. If you have disposed of the item, if it was no longer needed or it was broken and had been correctly disposed of, you can also remove the item by clicking the Remove Item button. If you need to add a new item to your inventory, simply click the New Item and it will bring up the blank option. All of these areas and categories with a star next to them are required. So this item name is going to be Sample Entry. We'll give it a description. We will tell how many we have, who the manufacturer is, model number, the serial number it's available. The date purchased or acquired. If it was recently purchased in this year, please go ahead and add the date, month, and year. Price per item. This price is based on current market value. If you aren't sure how much the item is valued at, you can simply go to Amazon or Google it for a quick comparison and then put that item here. You are welcome to round to whole numbers. Item condition. If it was purchased this year, you'll want to put new. If it has been purchased in the past, and it could be in good condition or used condition, go ahead and check out the descriptions in the email sent to you with the passcode for which of your item conditions to use. If the item is fair or poor, please mark those as well. If you've had them for a few years, if they have some issues with them, let us know. Funding source, if this is known, if you used federal funds, state funds, county funds, grant funds, if you aren't sure where those funds came from, you can put unknown or you can put other. Now, this last field must match the title room number above, which is here. If you need to move items from one room to another, this is where you would do that by entering the room number that the item is moving to from where it was. In this instance, we are adding this new sample entry to room 224. And once all of the mandatory data is entered, you will go ahead and click the New Item button, and it'll say your content has been submitted. And if you scroll down into your table list, you will see now that the item name is here, sample entry for video, and the additional information. If you need to remove an item from your list, maybe you have a couple extra blank spaces that were accidentally added, or you have disposed of some materials or equipment properly, all you need to do is select the item from the inventory table below and come up to the top and hit Remove Item. So I was able to delete that blank space as well. I'm also going to come here to the sample entry. You'll see when I left click one time, it'll load the details above. and I can click remove item. If you are moving from one room to another and the inventory is going with you, what you can do to make your life easier, instead of having to import all of this data into a new room sheet, just left click the item that's going with you and change the room number to where it needs to go. Once you've changed this to the correct room number, you are going to hit the new item button again. And it'll say your content has been submitted, but notice that item is no longer on this list. So if we go back into the room number list that we sent it to, you will see that it appears on the list of items for inventorying that sheet. If you have an error and you send it to the wrong room, just go ahead and jump into that room inventory real quick, and you can go back to the room it needs to go to and hit new item. And then when you scroll down to the bottom, you'll see that that item is no longer there. Password. And if I go back into the room inventory, you'll see the item is back in the correct room. If you have any issues entering your inventory into the new inventory website, please reach out to Tony. I hope you guys have a great summer and look forward to seeing you again in the fall.